From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is the Midday Report on LALATE.
It's a big day here on LALATE with incredible details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we got to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. But what are these checks? We'll have all those incredible great details in the second half of this recording. Then the world exclusive, delivered late last night on Evenings LALATE and more at noontime. Bernie Sanders advocating for a monthly stimulus check in a message exclusively to this channel. I'll go over the deal terms and the conditions and what you as the Purple Hawk have to do to pounce. Push Purple Power because this is the opportunity and the window is here. It's a big day with incredible great details, and we have all these world exclusives starting right now at noontime from Santa Monica. Hey, good noontime, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day across the board. And I'm with you live from Santa Monica, California. Beautiful weather across the coast. How's the weather where you are? Tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. In this first stimulus check update 2021, we'll go over the details about that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. We'll go over the push for that fourth stimulus recon and why this is deliciousness. Biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel, what these checks mean to you and what type of checks we're talking about. A lot of them. And then in the final 15 minutes of this video, the world exclusive delivered on this channel on Evenings LA last night. It is really incredible. As Purple Power is called upon to push, I'll go over what the push is for with those monthly stimulus checks with the number one guy at issue, Bernie Sanders. And this is LA. Thank you for joining me on America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America, live in the morning like right now, and taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Afternoons LALATE at 1 o'clock, then the new Afternoons LALATE at 3 o'clock, and then Evenings LALATE. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link is under the video. Meantime, if you haven't hit those LALATE alerts, you should, because guess what? They're free, and they broke the news last night. Go to news.lalate.com, put your name and email address in there, and you will get the breaking news when things happen, like exclusives on this channel you're only going to hear. Take it on the mobile with you around the globe, and you get those alerts. Let's go over those monthly stimulus checks, House versus Senate, Senate versus House, and who wants to pay what. We have Warren, Sanders, and Wyden wanting a monthly stimulus check, amount unknown, in a letter to the president. Then we have AOC and Omar in a letter to the president also. Monthly stimulus checks, but $2,000 a month. Then we have then we have the House Ways and Means Committee calling for a monthly fourth stimulus check, but they don't say the amount. The American Petition calling for $2,000 a month. And then, of course, the House bill. That is the one that has really captivated a country. That is pandemic plus 1 year. $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. So I think you have an opinion. Vote House of Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from this beautiful noontime here on LA. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Single individual, $75,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Double it. Family of four, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check, quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get one as well. The fourth stimulus check is not income, it's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check will be the same amount for adult dependents and everyone else. Meantime, the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So if you're at the beach and you see the check and it waves at you, the check waved at me. It's the Eurodollar check. It's a tourist traveling from overseas. They're just so friendly over there, aren't they? And if it kisses you on both sides of the cheeks, don't take offense to it. That's just how the checks do it overseas. In the second half of this video, we'll go over the incredible, great details of your fourth stimulus recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people. In a recon pass last week, I'll go over all the incredible, great details about this recon. Then in the final 15 minutes, the world exclusive you're only going to hear on this channel, and more at noontime. We'll go over what Bernie Sanders' staff said to this channel, and it's absolutely incredible. And you'll meet another senator who's saying much the same thing, only to this channel. Oh my goodness, incredible, great news at noontime. But first, let's get a pen and paper ready because it's a date for you to get money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities starting right now. And I introduce you to Johnny. Johnny is one of 3 viewers by the middle of last week who had started the week at 0. By the middle of the week, he was at $40,000. 2 other viewers with him had already gotten $40,000 by the middle of the week. But Johnny didn't stop it there. He got 7 items by Sunday, bringing his grand total from this channel at $80,000. Wow. Let's go over all the incredible details and why you could be the next Johnny today. He got $12,000 for SNAP, $10,000 for EIDL, $1,800 for taxes, refund from IRS. Then he got money for housing from 2 different places. One, $21,000, another one, $25,000, and electric power, $9,000. Finally, he got some money for internet phone, $50 a month. Wow, grand total $80,000. So now let's go over the money for rent that you can get from this channel. This is third stimulus. This is money that's available right now, not 3 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. This is money right now, and viewers are killing it. The numbers for rent are insane. Wow. Look at the Purple Hawks killing it. Hawk, hawk. If you're not a Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, you need to join. Link is underneath the video. Viewers are getting over $20,000 routinely for rent. Then when we talk to you about utilities, Johnny got $9,000. So there you see, Johnny's on the high end of the utilities, but don't think that he is a rare occurrence because viewers of this channel are getting bigger numbers every day, every hour. Wow. And then you're going to meet one viewer who got over $19,000 to SNAP, which is incredible, on top of Louis' $18,000. And there's Nancy with $5,000. She got 3 items. But those numbers are not the ceiling because guess what? Let's look at the Triple Crown. There we go. Nancy at 3 items at $32,000. Nisi at 3 items at $23,000. And Mark at 2 items at $32,000. Mark got 2 items? Who put Mark on my graphic with 2 items? This is a graphic about 3 items. Let me tell you what happened with Mark. 4 wonderful stories from Mark. Number 1, he got 2 items at $32,000. But for 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, "Go get Snap," because Snap is a snap. Should I do 2 fingers? Let's do 2 fingers. There we go. It's really a snap. It's very easy. And within 5 days, Mark got Snap. Then, number 2, he told his neighbor to watch this channel. His neighbor went from $0 to $20,000 in less than 5 days for rent. Not an unusual circumstance. In fact, the same thing happened over this weekend. We had a wonderful viewer, Purple Hawk of 2 months, Chanan, says, "I told my friend about you, LALATE, and now she's addicted to you." Her friend got $21,000 from this channel, $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 annualized for SNAP. Wow. Then Mark shows us the importance of getting multiple items. He had 2, he got 3. Now Johnny's going to 7. And finally, Mark got that SNAP. How much do you think he got? He got a lot. Mark got $19,000 for SNAP, bringing his grand total, Mark, to $50,500. And we're not done there because there's Lorraine at $105,640. And this is what we do because this is LALATE. We've been doing this since day 1. In spring of last year, I launched this channel because people had applied for that EIDL loan and EIDL grant, and they were not getting approved. They needed to get their applications approved, and they were stuck in what I called a 330, 331, and 48 vortex. But bombshell, I slowly got one after another approved. $25 million of EIDL loans approved in the next few weeks. But 2 days later, I had heard about a program going live on April 28th in the nation, but delayed in some states like Florida and Texas, and that program was called PUA. A lot of people early on did not understand how to do this application because it was very confusing. You apply for UI and get rejected before you get PUA as a requirement. Very strange, but I showed viewers on camera how to do it, and viewers got it, like Eileen Bellingham out of Florida, $15,000, and the incredible viewers out of Texas as well. Then in fall of 2020, second stimulus was not coming. You needed money. It was the holidays. And I stepped forward and I got you money for rent. Like Tyrone and his family of four got $16,000 for rent, paying all his rent from the spring to the new year. He also got $250,000 viewers his channel in that month. But now we're doing it bigger and bolder than ever before. It's third stimulus, and it's available for you right now. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. So get a pen and paper ready. We're going to get some rent, some utilities, some mortgage assistance, some homeowners utilities, and it starts right now. Here are some introductory remarks. Number one, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. So reach out to all 6. If the first one says no, who cares? They have different eligibility. They also have different pots of money. Number 2, it's important to listen to the keywords I say in the video. It really helps you get approved. And number 3, do not insert disqualification ideas or preconceptions because they're just not true. All right, you ready? Here are the 6 places you're going to reach out to. Your city hall, your city house authority. That's 2. Your county hall, your county house authority. That's 4. And your state hall and your state house authority. That's 6. The keywords you're going to say are rent assistance, mortgage assistance, or utility assistance because of COVID. There you go. Very, very simple. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or waivable check. They don't know those words. And there you go. Congratulations, Tim and Linda, who got this wonderful pot of money for rent. If you got rent and utilities, post in the live chat right now. The next pot of the money is the money coming back for SNAP. SNAP is money for food. You get it from Department of Agriculture. It pays a lot. Ling Glenn got it for herself, her son and mom. Gail got it as well. And Louis, 18,000. Mark, 19. But guess what? Mark is going to be heading to $25,000. Why? Because 2 Mondays ago, I delivered the breaking news live on this channel. Department of Agriculture has announced everyone's benefits are going up an average of 25%, a lifetime automatically nationwide starting the month of October. Oh my goodness. So if you got money for SNAP as well, post in live chat. The next pot of the money is the refund check coming back from your state due to overpayment and a computer error. One viewer got $3,000 for this, one viewer got $5,000. If you heard the breaking news this morning, Microsoft announced Windows 11, first upgrade to the system in nearly 6 years, the longest in a duration. So the states have been ordered also by the federal government to upgrade the computer systems, to which they said, we're running Windows 10. The federal government said that's Windows 1910. You know, when the computer was made out of stone, you just come up to the times. And then finally, the refund check coming back from IRS. This is the unemployment benefits you pay taxes on. Margaret got it, Cod got it, Michael got it. How much? $1,200, $1,400, one view over the weekend, $2,000. And Johnny got $18,000. More about that in a second, but here's a personal message from me to you. If you're on the live chat, post your success stories for rent, utilities, food, or internet right now, because when you do, you help other people. That's the spirit of this channel. I launched this channel to help other people get money. But when you post your success stories on the live chat, you help people so many ways. Number one, a lot of people never realized these monies were available of this magnitude. It helps when they see people, because then they need the motivation for them to pick up the phone. They didn't know utilities was this sum of money. A lot of people never heard of SNAP, like Larry Maui. He's now getting $6,000 annualized. And then we have Nisi and Art Sullivan, who absolutely kind viewers, getting 3 items, inspiring us all to get multiple sums of money. And finally, Mark, showing us the numbers are going bigger, and you can get as many as items as you can. Johnny getting 7 of them. So where's that direct deposit coming for that return of the unemployment benefits taxes? Either in the mail or by direct deposit, and you can track it on irs.gov. You do a transcript search, and 70% of the time it works. It'll reveal the tax return you filed, the taxes you paid, and the refund check you're getting, and then it'll reveal all the stuff you wish you had never seen. Like the ingredient list to the Michelini. Really? I don't want to see that. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of this video, starting right now, deal done, signed, sealed. Your $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. Done. How did we get to this wonderful spot? We got to that wonderful spot last Monday as the Democratic caucus of the House made it official. Your 4th stimulus recon passed on the House side, meaning that there will be, 1, a recon, that the price tag will be $3.5 trillion, number 2, and that Americans will be getting checks under this wonderful recon. What are these checks, and what does application-based checks mean? I'll have all those details in the final 15 minutes of this video. But let's go over what this means at the moment for you. It means that the recon is done. And how do we get to this wonderful spot? By taking roads and bridges out of the recon and putting it into something called the bipartisan, making the recon now passable. A conservative publication confirms from my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon and put it into the bipartisan roads and bridges, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the bipartisan deal made the recon passable. There's two different types of way to do reporting. One is to report something after it's happened, another one is to report the story before it happens, which in the case is often exclusives. Well, I had told you through the month of July and the month of June that the recon was going to pass in the month of August. Why? Because the Democrat caucus, House and senators, Democrats, met with the president routinely before they started the whole recon process to agree upon a price tag. And they did, $3.5 trillion, and agreed to do it. Done, $3.5 trillion. So that when they called this for a vote in the House and the Senate, it was a done deal because they had already agreed to do this. And that's what happened this last Tuesday. A lot of people say it wasn't going to happen. They said they weren't in town, said they weren't going to vote, said there was going to be an opposition, said it was going to take a week or 2 weeks. It didn't. It took just a few hours. It was done. Done deal. Well, what's the difference between a recon and what's the difference between a bipartisan? What's the difference between a recon procedural and what's the difference between a recon substantive? Let's go over all the details starting right now. Recon is your money, bipartisan is not your money, but both of them have to be done. Let's compare them starting right now. Recon is also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill. Price tag $3.5 trillion, also called the Democratic spending plan or the progressive social reform plan. Bipartisan, not your money, also called infrastructure or roads and bridges, price tag $1.5 trillion. We had 3 bills last week, but now we have 2 bills. Yes, because the tow truck has passed over the finish line. Congratulations. The recon procedural passed over the finish line last Tuesday, so now we're left with the tow hitch to pick up. The recon substantive. So what's the difference between recon procedural and recon substantive? Very simple. Recon procedural is, do we agree to do it? And recon substantive is, what are the terms and conditions? Recon procedural. Do we agree to do a recon of $3.5 trillion where money is given to subcommittees at a price tag of 10 and 20 and 30 here and there? Yes. And then recon substantive. Okay, now that the committee has the money, how's it going to spend it? Those are the terms and conditions. How did we get to this wonderful spot? From Jalopal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying, chuck all the vote on the recon. The letter was signed by over 100 Democrats who recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Wow. Now, going into the recon, the Democrats had said we need to have a recon as big and bold as we want it. And that's why Representative Richie Torres, Democrat out of New York, progressive, and Representative Ilhan Omar, Democrat out of Minnesota, progressive, had said, we need a larger recon, a recon that goes as big as bold as we want it. You got it, $3.5 trillion. And then before they called the voting, the president had told the Democrat and the progressive, protect the recon, because everything in there is checks for the American people. Progressive checks, progressive priorities, says Schatz and Jalopal. Well, can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee recently wrote the president a letter saying they're putting forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. The same people we started this video with? Yes, them. So you have to push Purple Power because they're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. We also have AOC and Omar, $2,000 a month. We also have the House bill, $2,000, $1,000 a month. And we have more across the board as well. So you have to push Purple Power because while they're promising to do it, you have to make sure they put it in there. And boy, can we top that? We can. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video with the incredible details of your forced stimulus recon. And the world exclusive you're only going to hear on this channel, as the major player has now told this channel, he'll do multiple stimulus checks for you. Yes. I'll go over all the incredible details and what you need to do as part of the Purple Power. But first, if you haven't gotten one item from this channel over the last year, do it today. Pick up the phone and get those monies. City Hall, City House Authority, that's 2. County Hall, County House Authority, that's 4. State Hall, State House Authority, that's 6. Rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage assistance because of COVID, utility assistance because of COVID, there you go. You can do it. After that, if you can't get the other sums of money, reach out to the volunteers. Where are they? Open the description of this video, go down the description, and find the community page. Here's a little bit about them, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds with a big world exclusive at noontime. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And we go into the final 15 minutes at noon time, live from Santa Monica with incredible great news across the board. And I want to celebrate the great news for one of the viewers in the commercial break, Bradley Marcus. I just got over $25,000 from SBA, which is going to be invaluable for my company. Congratulations. And thank you, Larry Pringle, who says substance is still in the committee, so push, 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 Purple Power. Push and get our other help. I love that, Larry. Your spirit is incredible. In the second half of this video, we'll go over the big, surprising world exclusive on this channel. What one senator wants to do for you. I have all the details. It's incredible, and more that you're going to hear at noontime. Then we go over to Recon Substantive and what this means for you, the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of the channel. I'll explain the details and how this works in the final 15 minutes of this video. We'll be going over fifth stimulus as well, and more, and why Purple Hawks are going to kill it under fifth and fourth stimulus. But first, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button. The only channel with world exclusives and details you're not going to see anywhere else. It's only here, and it's LALATE. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. The link to become a member is under the video. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LALATE alerts, what are you doing? Do it right now. It's totally free. It's at news.lalate.com/alerts. A link is in the video. You put your email address in, and away you go. You'll get an alert like one for this video. Take the phone on the way and on the run, and you can get your alerts right on the phone. Meantime, let's go over the deliciousness of fifth stimulus, which heats up in just days as we go into September. The Democrats are taking care of this in what's called the fifth stimulus package. Starts drafting in September and then goes to potentially a vote in December. Or November. Let's go over the details of it. Step one, raising your benefit limits up, then removing the asset limits, adding inflationary benchmark, removing the income exclusion, and removing the marriage penalty. It's incredible. Let's go over how this works starting right now. Step one, they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. This is you if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, SSA, or multiple beneficiaries. Step two, they're going to remove the asset cap dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 in hand. They're going to remove the income cap dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work on same benefits. And the marriage penalty is going to end. Love is going to win, and you'll no longer fear loss of benefits. After they raise your benefits up, step one, then they're going to apply the new benchmark. That new benchmark is inflation. Where's inflation going? It's going to go high. It's going to be transitory, meaning a spike and then coming back down. Many are anticipating it will be in December, and Federal Reserve says yes. They say maybe a 3.5%. They're concerned about it. I say maybe 5%. Let's do the analysis. First, your benefits will go up. Then they'll apply a benchmark. If it's 5%, your benefits will go up another 5%, not just next year, but a lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Incredible great news. Will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. The Democratic caucus represents in the House Ways and Means Committee. They're giving you one next year. Finally, Purple Hawks. If you haven't become a Purple Hawk, what are you doing? The link is under the video where it says join here. Purple Hawks are delivered daily from me to you, a breakdown of all the big money available for you under first, second, and third stimulus, so that you can get potentially 5, 10, 15, 20, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 80,000, over 100,000. All this money was dedicated for you under third stimulus, and I launched Purple Hawks when third stimulus became law. Why? I said, hey, yeah, there's a $4 stimulus check. Okay, whatever. I'm going to get you $14,000 because there's a lot of other money under third stimulus for you to get. And that's what Purple Hawks did. The only difference is they're getting a lot more. 3 viewers last week, over 40,000, and one of them at 80,000. The week before that, 3 viewers at 30,000. The 2 viewers at 20,000. The 2 friends of viewers of Hawks of this channel getting 20,000. People are getting big sums of money, and it's your day to get that money as well. So consider becoming a member. The link's under the video. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes at noontime, starting out right now with the world exclusive and the incredible details of that $3.5 trillion recon. Done deal. A $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. Number one, they passed a recon last Tuesday. Number two, it's coming out to the American people, and it will have all checks in there. The first, second, and third recons were this small. This one is this big. This one has a lot of room to have checks for you. And what are those checks? Well, there's a push underway to put stimulus checks in there as well. But everything that is guaranteed in there at the moment is generally application-based stimulus. One viewer of Purple Hawk at Mornings LA said, do I have to apply for the stimulus check? No. What you would have to apply for is what's confirmed so far in this recon of $3.5 trillion of checks. You would not have to apply for the stimulus check. I'm getting to that second. That's not yet confirmed, but you can hear a world exclusive about that check in just a second. So what are these application-based checks? These are checks which are absolutely wonderful, which you qualify for, all different types of different subject matters. Here's a proposal of some of the items. This is not the entire list, and some people have been sort of commenting on the list as though this is the exhaustive list. This is just a few of the proposed items, not there yet. So here we go. Free school meals for all, checks. Cheaper prescription medication, checks. Free internet, checks. Farmers, checks. Lots of checks for workers like independent contractors. Lots of checks for seniors like dental, vision, and hearing care checks as well. So what do I mean by application-based? Well, you just heard dental, vision, hearing, internet. Nowhere in this government does the same place that has money for your internet also have money for your teeth. You sort of don't want that to be the case. You sort of just don't want the person who's drilling the internet in your wall to also be drilling your teeth. And guess what? IRS has nothing to do with your internet or your teeth. Thank goodness. So they would not have your money. It would not be automatic that they would say, oh, I know you have problems with your teeth. I saw them. No, they wouldn't know that. So that's what application-based means. But application-based does not mean you're filling out a 50-page application and you're waiting 500 years. It means you're picking up the phone generally. And you've been doing this since day one. You've been doing it with PBT and PPP and SNAP and rent and utilities and food and EIDL and PUA and UI. You've been doing this since day one. You've been picking up the phone and calling. Here's what's wonderful about this, is that you would potentially qualify for a lot of these checks. Not just one, multiple checks, multiple stimulus checks under this fourth stimulus recon. That is what's incredible great details about this. Now, when we go back to that graphic of recon procedural versus recon substantive, that is what we're talking about with those committees having the money. When we look at recon procedure, we said, okay, well, we're going to put money in a committee of this one for internet, a committee for that one for the teeth, and that is where you're going to go get the money. And that's what they're trying to decide right now. Those committees are trying to decide how to spend the money. They have the money, but now they're trying to determine how to spend the money. And that's why I brought back seats for stimulus. As Larry said during the commercial break, they're working on the recon substantive right now. That's what Larry said. And it's important to push. He's exactly right. I brought back seats for stimulus, a 2020 social media campaign, which basically said, spend the money the right way in the stimulus, or we're taking your congressional seats. 6 House seats are up for grabs. Could change the balance of power in the House among Democrats and Republicans. And that's why Larry said that. Substance, meaning recon substantive, is still in the committees, Larry wrote during the commercial break. So push, push, push on all these committee people. Monthly checks, rent, utility, and all our other help. Wonderfully well said by Larry in the commercial break in the live chat right now. So that is what you need to push across the board. Now, let's go to the world exclusive. The world exclusive is that in addition to those confirmed $3.5 trillion application-based checks, there's a push by one person to put those automatic, non-application-based stimulus checks monthly in there. Yes. Who is that guy? In a world exclusive, I can report, it's Bernie Sanders. Yesterday, Brother Joshua, a longtime viewer and a community page volunteer back in the day, former volunteer, reached out to Bernie Sanders' office. I've been telling you to pick up the phone and call your elected officials. Lynn Glenga did as well. And Brother Joshua talked to Bernie Sanders' staffers. And they said yes. More about those details first in a second. But let me go over with you who Bernie Sanders is in this equation. Bernie Sanders is not just a Democrat, not just a progressive, not just a senator. He's the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. Guess what this recon is called? The budget bill. This is a budget bill. Who's number one on this discussion? Bernie Sanders. Who's the person who derives the budget? Bernie Sanders. Who is the person who instructs subcommittees as to how to write things? Bernie Sanders. And who is the guy who's talking with Chuck Schumer 4 to 5 times a day, says Chuck Schumer, about the language of this budget? Bernie Sanders. He's the number one guy in the equation. Bernie Sanders went into those negotiations about a month ago, 2 months ago, demanding $7 trillion on the recon, but got $3.5 trillion because he was ecstatic about it, because he said that was enough money for him to do what he needs to do, and at the moment, under the recon. So what did that staffer say to Brother Joshua? Bernie Sanders' staffer told Brother Joshua that Bernie Sanders will be doing a monthly stimulus check. Yes. And that Bernie Sanders is proposing a monthly stimulus check of an amount in a range between $1,000 and $1,400. The duration proposed is somewhere between 3 to 6 months. Wonderful, wonderful news. But there's a catch. Bernie Sanders says he only really wants to do this if he knows he has the support of the American people. And he wants to see your support, Purple Power, to know that he can get this over the finish line. So this is your call to action, Purple Power. He needs you to step up and say, I support you. Hashtag LALATE. Hashtag MSC. Hashtag Purple Power. I support you. This will really help. Pick up the phone and call Bernie Sanders' office. Say, I support you. Go on social media. Go to his website and send him a message. Go on his Facebook account. I say, I support you. MSC. Purple Power. LALATE. This is wonderful. We've achieved a lot over the last year. We've made history. In 2020, we were the people who got stimulus into that continuing resolution because of my idea to put stimulus checks in there. No one had the idea except I brought it up, and you pushed and you got it in there. Now, the time is upon us again. A legislator who's in charge of actually drafting the language of the budget, who's chairman of the budget bill, of the budget committee, wants to hear from you about how to spend the money on the budget. And why is this so important? And why did Brother Joshua pick up the phone? Because I had told you over the weekend that Bernie Sanders was looking to hear from you. As budget chairman, Bernie Sanders said this last weekend that he's doing it differently than prior budget chairmen. He said that historically a budget chairman would have done their work just staying in D.C. But I really think the function of a budget chairman is to get out among the people. He wants to hear from you. He wants to hear from you. What we're proposing in this budget is extremely popular. And that's why he's talking 4 to 6 times a day with Chuck Schumer. So pick up the phone. Push Purple Power. Finally, a Democrat, progressive, a person in control, a person who determines the budget, wants you to have monthly stimulus checks, says the amount, says the duration, needs your support. Now is the window of opportunity. You push Purple Power. And I'll see you next on Afternoons LA, which starts at 1 o'clock. That will take us then into the 3 o'clock show, and then Evenings LA. Stay on this video. Will automatically take you to the 1 o'clock afternoon show starting next. And with that, so much great details across the board. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I wish you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.